Okay, great. I'll get started. Thank you. So, as Chintan sir rightly said, IPSC works under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and NSDC. We're a not-for-profit organization. We're a semi-government organization that works under the Ministry of Skill Development, primarily towards transforming India into a hub of skilled manpower. Primarily, what our responsibilities are towards creating this robust and formal ecosystem revolve around formation of training partners, centers across India, centers of excellence, and so on and so forth. We're deeply involved with resources and standards, which include framing of national occupational standards, which are the best practices, creating industry-aligned job roles, curriculum, content, handbook, and obviously capacity building as well, which revolves around training of trainers, training of assessors. We're the ones that provide the Government of India certification. So there is a proper quality assurance framework that's been created, including affiliation, accreditation protocols. And the last, not the least, and probably one of the most important things that IPSC is involved with is capacity building, which also includes private sector participation. It is only with the industry working together with IPSC that the mission will be successful, and that's an important role that the industry plays towards this nation building exercise. The Skill India family, as you can see on the screen, under the aegis of PM, there's two ministers, Dr. Mahendranath Pandey as the cabinet minister and Raj Kumar Singh as the Minister of State, under which there is NSDC, which is headed by Mr. Manish Kumar, and there's 40 different sector skill councils, ours being for the plumbing sector. I'm sure you'll be able to see a lot of familiar faces here. This is the governing board of IPSC along with the advisory committee members guiding IPSC. They're stalwarts from the industry. And we have competitors that are working in the market that work together within IPSC as collaborators for the greater good of the industry. Some key stats for everybody as well. We've actually scaled over 1,15,000 beneficiaries across India, close to about 205 training partners with a span of 224 training centers, close to about 250 certified trainers that we're going to be having that we already have, certified trainers that's crossed the 100 mark as well. Assessments actually conducted in various languages, and obviously the 25 qualification pack of the job roles that IPSC has created. You'll be able to see on the screen some of the job roles within the contracting, the consulting, and the manufacturing background. So when we talk about Indian Plumbing Skills Council, we're not limited to just doing skilling for plumbers, but we're doing it for the entire gamut of the industry. And we are in the process of increasing the number to add fire protection, health system design engineers related to fire and safety services, gas hospitals. So those are things that we're working on as we speak. And one of the most important things is the fact that we actually, every job role actually not only involves the technical aspects of skilling, but also the generic ones such as soft skills, teamwork, health and safety, digital financial literacy, which form as some of the key employability skills these days. Now you can see on the screen, this is the certification that IPSC actually provides as a skills certificate. Some key highlights of that is the fact that every certified candidate is provided this particular certification. It is aligned to the national skill qualification framework. What that means is that there cannot be any duplicity, and also the fact that it is QR coded, so people can actually check. So there is validity in this as well, and obviously it carries the Government of India emblem on this as well, which has definitely helped a lot of people score jobs overseas or actually gain government contracts as well. So what is NSQF? What do we do? International education system. I'll quickly spend a minute on that as well. As you can see, the NSQF framework goes from level 1, goes all the way to level 10. And the way it maps with the conventional education system is that somebody like a plumber could probably just be a 5th pass. However, when they get a level 4 certification, they are equivalent to somebody who's a 12th grader, and they can keep moving up the ladder with their skills instead of the conventional education that all of us have probably achieved. So this is a very thought system that the government's prepared by EU. We're heavily into a lot of existing plumber certification programs as well. There's a lot of corporates that have worked with us as well, and quite a lot of them that are going to that have that are signing up for some more projects as we speak. Because of plumbing community, especially that were actually inside closed doors post the pandemic. Actually done is, firstly, we sent a letter to the Prime Minister on behalf of the Indian plumbing industry. Along with that, the letter was sent out to all the cabinet ministers as well to make plumbing as an essential service, and as it has been done in the US as well. And we did also work on a health and safety guideline, which we feel is very, very important at this point in time when people start working. And there were on 15th of April notification from the government that essential services would include plumbing, and plumbers would be able to go out and work as well that are working independently. So that was a good sign for us, but we realized that there would be an essential requirement of certain health and safety guidelines that they will need to maintain, which is why we decided to actually I hope, I think my screen stopped sharing. I'll just put that again. Sorry. So we've actually come up with a health and safety guideline along with
sorry to interrupt you there, Varun. Just a minute. Can I request everybody to turn off their cameras for some time so that we can have better bandwidth allocated to the presenter? Of course, the presenters keep their camera on. Yes, Varun, please continue.
Sure. Right. So this health and safety guideline was prepared by Mr. M.K. Gupta. It was spearheaded by Mr. M.K. Gupta under the vision of the minister himself, Mr. Vinay Gupta, Mr. Milind Shetty, Mr. Sandeep Roy Chaudhary. Chintan sir was a part of that committee that was helping the entire team in framing of these standards. And I'm glad to share that this got released last week and has got a lot of traction. We've released data of close to about 900 plumbers that have volunteered to provide their services as well during the lockdown, that have undergone some of these trainings as well, which covers generic do's and don'ts, some location specific residential, hospital, commercial buildings, and also it is available in multiple languages. You can see there's a link ipssc.in/COVID. You'll be able to gain access to these guidelines and also the list of plumbers from that website as well. So this is something that IPSC has been deeply involved with to ensure that there's no further spread of this pandemic, and this guidelines work is working wonders. It's being appreciated. In fact, a lot of some of the aspects from these guidelines have been taken and used in some more publications that have come out, and some more guidelines that are being released for the building and the construction sector as well. Now I'll also talk about what would be the new normal when we're looking at the COVID-19 impact on skilling. As per the government mandate, training centers is probably one of the last things that will open up. So we have to find out new ways of skilling. IPSC, although does not do it directly, there's training partners that get involved, and some of them are doing an excellent job with conducting sessions and trainings through Zoom. However, we feel that there may be limitations to the learning aspects, and that's why the need of the hour is digitization of the vocational skilling ecosystem. India Plumbing Skill Council is in the process, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we will be launching a digital plumbing hub itself, which will cater to providing, the entire spectrum of vocational skilling through a digital medium, including online courses in the plumbing sector, platform for training partners to conduct digital training. It'll have self-learning, instructor-led training, live sessions that can take place. Product-specific trainings will take place for the upgradation of the existing workforce. We have close to 1.15 lakh plumbers that have already been skilled. We're going to start doing more skilling on the health and safety guidelines, and that will be also provided to corporates where they can use it to upgrade plumbers on the latest products and technologies. And we're going to move towards what we call as the phygital assessments, which would be a mix of physical and digital assessments, practical, viva, and theoretical aspects pertaining to assessments are taken care of. The employment listing and matchmaking will be an essential part of what we're going to be doing as well. The reason for that is because if we're going to skill people and we're not going to be able to connect them to the right employers and vice versa, I think that that we would not have been able to complete the entire journey of skilling for these people. And what this plumbing hub will also be able to cater to is providing the industry with some labor market insights in terms of what's actually happening with the labor market, where are they migrating to, which is going to be a continuous process that IPSC is going to be working on. And we would love to hear some inputs and, have people partnering with IPSC in creation of these digital contents. We would appreciate if you have any digital content, please send it to us. We can see how we can put it across on this digital hub so that everything, all the resources are available in one place. It will be something that we will be providing to all the plumbers as well, so that they can use it as much as possible. So that's what we feel is going to be the new normal as far as skilling is concerned. We'll have to look at digital mediums to skill people, to get online classes and those kind of things running. The other thing that I wanted to speak to you everybody today was about, like I said, the last point of my presentation, which is essentially a point for open discussion for everybody, which is new and emerging skill requirements within the plumbing sector in short term and medium term that industry stalwarts are here today, and I'd like to hear from everybody in terms of what they feel would be the new emerging skill requirements in this sector. If there's some geographic distribution of the workforce and skills that would be there, and any relevant fact or trend post COVID and industry revival. I request other people to say a few words, what they feel would be there. And this is primarily linked around how do we revive the plumbing sector as a whole, with the workforce being a center point of it.
I think this is a very good point that Varun has raised, and it is us, the stalwarts of the plumbing industry. I mean, you people out there who can actually, put in your points across to Varun, and who can probably get it to the right people in the government and get it moving ahead. So please do not feel shy. Feel free to unmute your mics and feel free to give in your inputs, whatever Varun has. Varun, if you would repeat what kind of input you need from them, so it would probably generate some noise
That's
here.
right, for sure. So for example, you see with this short term and the medium term, I think one of the most important things that we felt as a short term skill requirement would be the fact that there will have to be extra precautions, health and safety measures that the workforce will need to take as soon as the economy starts opening up, which is why we've actually created this guideline around which there's training happening as we speak. But this is only short term. I mean, this is not going to help us in reviving the actual industry itself. There will be more things, there's going to be interventions, digital interventions that will need to be put in to ensuring that, the work that the way it's been happening probably won't be the same. But, there has to be some ways that work will need to start. And how do we revive the industry as a whole? Because everything had come to a standstill.
I have a question.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I have one question. Can I ask, please?
Sir.
Hello.
Yeah, please introduce yourself
Yes, sir.
and then interact whatever you need.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm Mohit Joshi. I'm talking from Bhubaneswar right now. I'm working in KIT as a principal skills. I have one question.
Hi, Mohit.
Hello, sir.
Tell me.
I want to ask about it's very nice that we are providing trainings online, but what is the practice part in this, right? Like in plumbing systems, moreover, their hands-on practice is required. So how we can replace that for a certification course? Number two, what is the placements in this? Because all the industry is definitely affected due to lockdown. So is there any provision in this regarding placement or after completion services?
So thanks for your question, Mohit. Basically, with the digital plumbing hub that we're creating, we're primarily focusing on being able to provide the relevant content via means of self-learning, via means of webinar, and via means of online classes. Obviously, when it comes to plumbing, without any practical training, one cannot expect that somebody would become a full-fledged plumber. So we feel that would still be a requirement. We will still have training centers. We have close to about 220 training centers across India. In fact, there's a program just before COVID that we were running where we were skilling close to 30,000 people across India on 5 different job roles: maintenance and servicing, plumber general, assistants, health and sales service, and plumbing product sales officers, which is specifically for women as well. So what is essential is that the theory actually done through digital mediums. However, when it comes to the practical on the job part of training, for that specifically, we still feel that there will need to be moved to a training center, which will happen eventually. But there are means, there are ways, there are quizzes. I'm not sure if you've all heard of Duolingo. It's an app, and I discussed with Chintan sir as well. It's a beautiful app that helps you learn various languages, and the way it's been built is it feels like you're playing a game. So even the practical bits that are there, essentially there are people that would be able to provide digital interventions to at least get a little bit of hands-on practice through VR, through audio-visual mediums. However, we still feel that for a job role like plumber, it is still essential to actually get on-the-job training and practical training at training centers, which will be built in as a part of the plumbing hub as well. But job roles like plumbing product sales officers and some of the other job roles from the consulting background, we feel they'll be very, very, we'll be able to get those running very smoothly through the plumbing.
This is Ashok Gandhi here. Hello.
Hello, Shugan.
Hello. Hello, this is Ashok Gandhi here. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
Hasmukh bhai, please continue. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes,
See,
Mr.
I have
Gandhi.
shown in your presentation a graph of equivalent education of level 1, 2, 3 with the university, this one. With this one. Am I correct?
Yes,
Does the component authority of university has approved that equivalent?
This is not approved by a university, sir. This has actually been approved by the government itself. It's called the National Skill Qualification Framework. And the government has actually approved this for all sectors across in terms of what the competence level for each level, from level 1, level 2, level 3, level 1 being unskilled, level 2 and 3 being semi-skilled, level 4, 5 being skilled, and then highly skilled as we move further. And that's been compared to the conventional education system as well. So I mean,
human skill is equipped enough to give a education training of higher than 7 to 8 and 9 and 10, including PhD to the level. I mean, they are qualified enough, skill, all, whatever the
There
skill.
is-
This one, I mean,
There are levels created. However,
top
for
job.
plumbing, there is no levels as such as of now on those higher levels, sir. There's no
Huh?
particular job role that we've been able to identify. I mean, it would be great if we have doctors in plumbing as well as an official job role.
There were some doctors. Unfortunately, one of my friend was a doctor in plumbing.
That's right, sir. So we've not been able to create something like that as of now, but we would love to.
What my suggestion is, okay, by gaining skill is okay, but the education, basic, whatever the education has been academic is there, that one cannot get with the even whatever with the practical training. Yeah, you get a lot of practical training and you are master on that. I can understand that. This
That's
is just a my observation. Nothing wrong in. I'm not opposing this. This is my observation. This is required some thought. Thank you.
Right, Hasmukh bhai, thank you very much for your suggestion.
Hello. Good evening, all. Am I audible?
Yes, Amarji, you're very much audible.
Yeah. Okay, Chintan sir, thank you very much for connecting me with this group. Can I share my perspective in this particular discussion?
Sure, Amarji. Let me introduce
go
him
ahead.
first. Mr. Amar Prabhu is the principal of Don Bosco Mumbai, and he has taken time off his busy schedule to be with us.
Not really in this lockdown period. Okay. Well, let me put my perspective towards the plumbing per se as in sector, as in vocation. Giving understanding, we have been running the plumbing course for last almost a decade in our institution. The challenges, first let me talk about the challenges what we are facing is that the plumbing is not an aspirational career among the today's youth. You take
Absolutely.
it either in the urban, semi-urban, or in the rural. So I think one of the focus area for our discussion probably, or maybe in the government circles or within the industry fraternity and within the NGOs and the training partners and the beneficiaries, is to make sure the plumbing is made an aspirational career. We all know, all those of us are there on this platform now, that plumbing is one of the, you could say, topmost opportunity for the youth for getting the livelihoods. I think everybody agrees with that. Okay, you can be either in the wages, or it can be wage employment, or you can be also in the self-employment. And there are the different levels which are available. That is my first thing, that how can we make it more aspirational to the youth so that they can. The second point which I would like to contribute here is that most of the youth, those who join the plumbing course, are coming from the old academic qualification. In some cases, it can be as low as 5th standard pass, or it can be little above 10th, and various sprinklers here and 10th above and all. So the academic qualification is also another thing which we need to keep in mind. Third, when we talk about digitization, when we talk about online training, the most of the time it is about yes. So critically, we would like to put that it should be made available with all the kind of vernacular language spoken in India. For example, correct me if I'm wrong, most of the best plumbers.
Amarji, you're breaking up. Amarji, your voice is breaking up.
Okay. Am I
Barely.
hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, now you are.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. The most of the best plumbers are been found in Odisha. And Odisha, that means we need to have the Odia language, one of the language in our app or maybe in the online training. That is another thing. See, the respect which we need to look at, how we can couple the on-job training with the, you could say, the online classes. This is a very important component to. Secondly, the emerging technologies, where we could say now upgraded softwares which are available. In the same time, in the plumbing also, since we are connected with GrowHight, so we also know there is an update of technology is happening at very, very fast momentum. So
Absolutely.
there should be a plan. So there should be also a plan in the perspective how we can do an upskilling. So one is a skilling, and the second perspective is there going to be as an upskilling. Of course, we are talking about the certificate.
Amarji, we lost you. Amarji,
Hello,
we can't hear you.
hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk as in plumbing as in career, so I have to look at this uh, you
Amarji, can't hear you
Amarji,
again.
your voice is not
Breaking
possible.
up.
oh gosh, I'm so for this. Yeah. Uh, am I audible now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Please put video in mute. Video off, bro.
Hello.
Amarji, probably you have to put your video on mute.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can turn off your video and try talking, so it'll save some bandwidth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have put. Okay. I have done that. Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's very
Yes,
fine now.
better, much
Okay,
better.
okay, I'm so sorry for this confusion. Okay, so this were 3-4 points which I would like to put forward when we look at plumbing as a career, as an option for a youth of today to take it. See, we have tried various options. We have tried giving plumbing as a mainstream career. We have tried giving plumbing as an allied trade, so that, for example, the fitters can take this as an allied trade. And we had also told them there is an opportunity they can get into the cruise, they can get into the ship line, they can get into self-employment and all those things. But still, aspiration is a challenge. Aspiration is a challenge. So when we look at scaling, when we look at making sure that we are reaching to the maximum youth and selling the plumbing as a skill to the youth, I think we need to work hard towards the building the aspiration. These are some of my points which I would like to put forward. Yeah.
Thank you,
I'm done.
Amarji. Thank you, Amarji. Excellent thought. I must appreciate the fact that you've highlighted that the biggest challenge, at least when it comes to skilling, and this I'm sure everybody would agree, is the fact that plumbing, unfortunately, in India is not very aspirational in nature.
Right.
However, if you look at some of the other countries, it's something that kids aspire to work under, from school itself. And the only
Yeah,
reason for that is because there's been success stories that they've been able to see. They've seen success stories as when they were kids. And I think that's what makes a skill an aspirational one, when there's success stories being shared across. There's plumbers that we are aware of that are working very well in Australia, in UK. They've got people working under them, not just Indians, but people from different nationalities as well. So there's a lot of obviously hard work that has gone into it, but those are the things that we need to celebrate. IPSC has in fact created a video called Plumber Ki Pehchan. It is available on YouTube. It is free to air, and it can be used by anybody that would like to create some aspirationals when we're looking at mobilization and counseling of students for this training.
Sir, Mr. Varun, can I add one more thing, please?
Sir.
See what has happened. Our youth, okay, whether it's especially from the city side, they have seen the plumber which comes to them who is not like he is not protected himself as a skilled technician,
Not a very
as an
presentable
engineer.
scenario.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. So and that has given them that impression. If I have to take as a career, plumbing as a career, so I might land up doing same kind of job with the same kind of skill set, and with that, not healthy practices. Am I? That's the kind of a culture which has built in. Okay, and I think
very
now,
unfortunate, but you're right.
yeah, and I think this should be our role, the academician, the IPSC, the industry. Everybody should come together, and we need to wash over this. We need to change the scenario. We need to change that picture. That no, plumber is something you can be an engineer. Therefore, one of the orientation when we do to our trainees as a plumber, we first introduce to them is that the kind of an automation which has happened into the plumbing faucets and all. See, to give that shift, to tell that, Arey Baba, it's not only using the pipe wrench, but it is also using your head is towards getting the technology skilled or to get the technology imbibed in you. That's important. That's the another point which I would like to draw here. Yes.
Just one more thing to add here before Varun takes over again. As you said, Varun, about other countries and you spoke about Australia, I'd like to recognize one more person who is here with us specially. He's joined us all the way from South Africa, a wonderful friend of mine at World Skills, Ryan Lemarsh, who has also been a fellow World Plumbing Council scholar. So he's also with us right now in this meeting. And Ryan, I would love it if you could give us a perspective as how things are being done in South Africa right now.
Hi there, good afternoon, guys. Thank you for setting up this platform for discussion. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah, you're right. Loud and clear, Ryan. Go ahead.
Okay, so sure, South African perspective. We have our government has classified different levels of lockdown, and since last week Friday, we have moved from a level 5, which was a total lockdown, to a level 4, which has allowed some industries to return to get the economy going. Now, plumbing in level 5 was deemed an essential service. So plumbers who were in the space of doing maintenance work predominantly were allowed to function during the lockdown. They actually had to get or apply for a permit so that they can practice their trade. Now, from listening to what you guys are saying, in a South African context, our industry is very regulated. We have Institute of Plumbing of South Africa. We also have Plumbing Industry Registration Board. And then we also have registration with our local government in the Western Cape. We have the city of Cape Town where plumbers would also register. And that would allow them to practice the trade on a national and then also provincial perspective. So for us, I think also relating to the issues that you guys raised, where plumbing in India is not an aspirational trade. In South Africa, it's quite the opposite, where when students aspire or enroll to become a plumber, their dreams are made up of flashy double cab buckies for trucks and double-story houses and everything that blings. So definitely the opposite. Coming back to the perspective of what happens post lockdown. For us, the lockdown period has been extended for level 4, roughly until the end of May, after which another decision has been made. How long we'll be in level 4 is not clear yet. The limitation that poses is that, as you well know, two different classifications of plumbers, ones that do maintenance and then others that do construction work. Even though some plumbers are able to work during level 4 lockdown, a lot of the plumbers who are in the construction field and specialize in the erection of new buildings, etc., are not able to work. In the same breath, TVET institutions or all institutions of basic education and also higher education and training are not allowed to open. We've been given instruction to have facilities and buildings prepped for a possible return at the end of May, but this is also still not certain. Now, I personally, in my portfolio in South Africa, I work for the College of Cape Town, which is situated in the Western Cape. Western Cape is currently, I don't know if you guys have seen on the news, the epicenter, as we have the highest infection rate in South Africa. Now, this could gradually be attributed to the fact that more testing is being done in our province because our local government is very proactive in getting testing done, especially where there has been hotspots identified. So looking at as I was saying, my portfolio within the College of Cape Town, I'm responsible for as a curriculum advisor, not only for plumbing, but for many different trades. And we've been advised that in order for training to commence, the lockdown levels would have to be relaxed for the specific trades as well. So if we take the example of plumbing now, even though some plumbers are able to function while it's level 4, due to the fact that training institutions are closed, the majority of plumbers who would have received training to work in a construction environment cannot continue with training and subsequently would not be able to go and work and get the practical exposure, as you mentioned, to improve their dexterity and workplace experience. Subsequently, we also have a similar challenge to what you guys are experiencing in India, where we need to now put plans together to see how we can revive not only the industry, the training of means part of the strategy is largely to look at alternative methodologies that can be applied to ensure that there is transfer of knowledge and that students grasp those contexts that we are trying to train them on. The limitation is that with plumbing being a practical trade and the practical exposure actually enhancing your skill, online platforms are very limited. With that said, we have, however, looked at our current learning management system, which is known as Moodle. I'm not sure whether India also uses the Moodle platform within the training environment, but it's a platform that allows for trainers or facilitators to upload content, which could be tests, it could be video content, it could be notes, and then allows for students or plumbing students to access that content. Virtual classes can also be hosted, or pre-recorded classes can be hosted on that platform. So I'm currently aggressively pursuing different avenues that we can use to certainly add to the value of Moodle. One such platform that I've identified is actually called ThingLink, and I'm not sure whether you guys have heard of ThingLink, but it's a platform that allows you to use 360 pictures, 360 videos, or even your normal pictures, and to load content onto them that students can then interact with based on, let's say, for instance, a practical task that has to be done. So yeah, I mean, for us, that is currently what the situation is. We're not at the forefront of training in the virtual space or e-learning, but definitely also looking at how best we can salvage the situation so that vocational training of plumbers can continue. In South Africa, there is already a shortage of skills, as many of the plumbers in the industry now are at that age group where they actually need to look at starting to retire. And so we have a deficit in workforce in plumbing, specifically as it has been identified as one of the critical and scarce skills in South Africa in which investment has to be made for training of future artisans. So I know that's a mouthful. I hope that gives you some insight as to the current context within South Africa that relates to our industry, regulation within our industry, and then also a brief insight into what's happening in the TVET sector. Thank you.
That was amazing, Ryan.
If there's any questions that you guys want to ask, I mean, I'll try to answer them as best possible. And I'll also, there's some links to some of the platforms that I can share, specifically on Moodle. If you're not using it, it might be interesting to have a look at it so you can see what it works, how it works. And then also ThingLink is a very useful platform. There is a subscription for ThingLink, so I'm still trying to negotiate with my my management to get a subscription, because it's definitely a very useful tool to specifically train vocational trades because of the user interface and how it works. So yeah, thank you very much, gentlemen.
So Ryan is in the introduction I really forgot to tell that Ryan is the deputy chief expert of plumbing when it comes to world skills experts and one of the most innovative experts I've seen. In the last couple of months, he's been interacting with me that how do we go about doing things in virtual reality and can we use augmented reality to learn plumbing trades. So these are some platforms which personally even I could not imagine, and he comes up with these kind of questions. So yeah, if you guys have any techie questions or any plumbing related questions, please feel free. Ryan is right here. Wow, no questions.
Yes,
That means
yes, sir.
everybody understood everything, huh?
Hello,
Maybe
sir.
I shared too much information.
Sir, I am
Hi, good
Shaji
afternoon.
Matthew. Hello. Sir, here is a question.
Hi, sir.
Can you hear?
Yes,
I'm
please
audible.
continue.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Mr. Saji.
My name is Shaji Matthew. I'm the principal of KJ Somaya Industrial Training Institute. We have also plumbing trade. From the last 28 years, we are running the courses. Still, unfortunately, what we are getting the last time, the Amar sir has said the same experience we have also. Aspirational level is very less. So students are not coming in this field much more. And added to that, Ryan, can we hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can we
Yep.
add this virtual reality labs if in the base of IPC also? It will be more helpful and it can be used for the students, those who are again in this training. After some period we have to overcome this period, then we need to keep the students alive with the interest. Then we need to have do this kind of thing. Virtual reality labs. If we can create something, then it will be much appreciable. And one more thing I wanted to say that we have to focus on wherever the students, wherever the plumbing, we are hiring the plumbing, they should have a qualification, at least certification, some sorts of certification. Without certification, nobody can absorb a plumber. So that will create a total whole scenario. It's going to disturb. So this kind of activity we can implement in the whole nation. Then there will be a lot of interest. People will come in this field, and the field is a very good. It will go up. That is what I want to say, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. I definitely agree. I think where we are now, it's definitely one of the things that we would have to almost push ourselves into embrace. Industry 4.0 or 4IR. There's many different connotations that it's being labeled under, but we definitely need to embrace the technologies that are out there so that we can give access to aspiring plumbing students and even to the public in general, so that they're able to see what the trade is about, and so that greater advocacy can be done in order to promote the trade of plumbing, not only in your country, but globally as well. The comment that was raised earlier by one of the gentlemen that we have, I mean, even from South Africa, we have plumbers who have migrated to Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and many other countries because their skill has given them that global passport that they can use to apply their trade anywhere in the world. So there's also that allure that one would actually have to advocate to prospective learners that even though governments and training institutions would want to groom plumbers to function within the immediate environment or community, that there is also that prospect of them being able to use their trade on a global platform. And then I would also like to say that skill set then also allows qualified plumbers or aspiring plumbers then to participate in events such as World Skills International and those types of skills competitions, so that they're able to see what's out there and then also inspire many more other students or prospective students to actually follow the trade of becoming a plumber.
All right. Varun,
Thank you.
back to you.
I'd just like to add to what Ryan said. Thank you, Ryan. You're actually saying what you're saying actually is very, very correct. I mean, the world scales and these kind of forums are the ones that would actually help in creating that aspirational value. And just for the Indian groupers, yeah, world skills competition is happens every 2 years. It's called the Olympics of Skills. Plumbing and heating is a trade, and for the first time, India actually participated as well last time, where Chintan is also the national expert as well, working with IPSC in creating that entire ecosystem. This is only actually from last season. The registration have gone up for students that are wanting to compete in these competitions. It's actually gone up 36 times from what the registrations were last year. So you can see there's a huge jump in the amount of registrations, aspirations of kids wanting to compete and actually represent their state or village or district, and moving forward their country as well as a plumber.
That's good.
Varun, 1 minute, Chintan. Varun, my compliments to you for such a nice presentation. Well done, sir. Varun,
Thank you, sir.
can you hear me?
I can, sir.
Very nice presentation. My compliment for you. Congratulations for all your achievements as this one, as a skill counselor. Very good done. Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. We need more support, and we don't shy away from saying that. The more support we get, the better the industry and the entire ecosystem will get.
Okay.
Mr.
I believe, yeah, Mr.
Sir,
you're saying something?
Can I add something?
Yeah,
One
sure.
of the aspect which we are missing out in the discussion is the quality of the trainers. Okay, that's the another aspect I think we should also look into very, very critically and very importantly. Yeah, the trainers are also the torchbearer of the entire system. If you really look at that, so they have been trained, they pursue their skill sets, their knowledge, and same get transit to the trainees. Okay, so very critically we need to look at that aspect also. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. So I believe most of the question and answers for Varun are done, and I believe not many questions came up for Ryan. But the input that Ryan has given us about the platform, Voodoo, was it Moodoo? I don't remember, but I'm
Moodle.
sure gonna get it. Moodle. Okay.
Moodle, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get it off him and make sure that we also soon implement it here in India. Our next speaker is Mr. Shivaji Kadam, who is the head of plumbing department of the Pratham Education Foundation. Pratham Education Foundation has been going down deep into the villages of India, the rural landscape of the country, and has been going and helping kids find a career in vocational skills. So, Mr. Shivaji Kadam, there you are. I request Shivaji sir to introduce himself. He is a wonderful friend, and you guys will be glad to know that our firm D Plumbing Consultants is also an education partner to this endeavor of Pratham Education. Shivaji sir, all over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Chintan ji. Or first of all, I'm thanks to Daya family for supporting this occasional training, especially plumbing training program. So I'll start from the Pratham Education Foundation, and for plumbing occasional skill बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग. We can speak in Hindi because I'm more comfortable. So I'll go next. Slide सभी को दिख रही है? Everyone can see the PPT presentation and my voice.
Yeah. The presentation is seen. I request each of you if you could use English as well, so that even Ryan we have from South Africa won't be able to understand Hindi.
Sure, sir. Sure. I'll try for that.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Yeah. See, now we'll go for as a Pratham Education Foundation. We start vocational trainings firm is the Pratham Education Foundation started from the 1995. I'm mostly working in Mumbai slums and almost Mumbai's 23 wards, which is Anganwadi and other things. And now this is the expand. Each and every heard of each and every know everyone person should know that we done the ASAR survey also. Each and every village, overall pan India, state to state. So we understand the education level for third standard students, fifth standard students. They can read or not mathematically how they are level. Go through that the right level. TARL is the approach of from the Pratham, and we established overall pan India is the ASAR surveys done, so which all country states and governments also refer that surveys for the further future actions regarding the education in their states. Now I'll brief you about the Pratham Institute. The Pratham Institute, almost 110 centers are residential training centers, mainly focus, and every year around 25, more than 25,000 we train the youth in different various sectors, like we mentioned in and our map and color code. So almost 11 vertical we are running, like hospitality, electrical, automotive, healthcare, then beauty, then migration project is also there. So many, almost 10, 11 trade we are running. And out of that, we every year more than 25,000 youth we trained. Those youth, which is especially underprivileged or 10th, 9th class, or dropout or as such उन्होंने ऐसा कुछ आगे प्लान नहीं किया था और सर्टेनली काम शुरू करना मूवमेंट हो गई उनकी, तभी हमने उनको टर्न अप किया है स्किलिंग के लिए. तो वी ट्राई टू अपग्रेड देयर अप स्किल्स एंड मूवमेंट फॉर द future sustainability, like that. Almost we placed in industry around 85% placement we done overall Pratham Institute, and we run one project also, migration hostel. So migration hostel, those who are newly in industry and they are shifting to one city and otherwise states, so they don't have any space there or any relatives where we can stay there, and all account lodging and boarding related. So we support to this kind of needy person, so they can sustain their self through particular city. And first 3 months we are given around very low cost accommodation with the bed and other facilities, everything. So like this way Pratham Institute are working in around more than 110 centers in residential format basically. And we'll go next slide. Just Pratham's initiate in community support during the COVID-19. So which we done, we like to highlight that what we are doing right now. So that's why I'm trying to get in that. So around we are focusing ration kits. So last 1 month.
Slide change nahi hua, sir. Sir, please change the slide.
Yeah, now you can see. Hello.
Might be it is not in PPT. That's why convert in PPT.
Yeah, I shared in PPT only.
We are not able to view.
This is अभी दिख रहा है?
शिवाजी first page पे ही है अभी भी शिवाजी.
First page पे है?
Yeah.
I'm not able to view it.
We are only able to the country.
Even
We
I
are
am not.
reading, but we are only first page only.
First page. Okay, I'll reshare.
Please change this slide. Not many people are
Please
able to see
reshare.
anything
Please reshare.
because-
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly.
Katam ji,
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. I'll reshare again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now okay.
Yes, thank you for confirmation.
But this is only second slide. Where you?
Yeah.
Now you can see the Pratham, about Pratham
Yeah.
slide.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'll go further.
Yes.
Next slide, I'll go. That is, we can see this Pratham's initiate in community support. Is it right?
Yes,
Am I
we
right?
can
You
see.
can see
Yes,
that?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we
We
can
can
see.
see.
Okay, so I can continue now.
Yeah.
So during the Corona COVID, we
Sir, please
focused.
click to slide 3. Please click to slide 3. This slide 2 is showing. It's right.
We
Now
are
it
on
is right, sir.
sir, we
Yeah.
are already on slide 3. We are in
Right
Pratham's
now.
initiate community support.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So as Chintan sir said, Pratham initiate community support, which is we are looking
Yeah.
right now. Coronavirus is the COVID, everyone facing the challenges, and definitely we try to do as an organization, Pratham Education Foundation, we distribute around 12,000 families. We actually ये बताने की ये चीज़ नहीं है actually this kind of work and everything. We feel कि we work for ration policy. दिस इज लाइक राशनिंग कृति समिति जो पॉलिसीज बनाती है और कम्युनिटी लेवल पे राशनिंग डिपार्टमेंट्स में जो थ्रू कम्युनिटी को डिलीवर होता है उसमें भी बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आते हैं लोगों को तो वो यस
Continue, Shivaji.
या सो मुझे ये बताना है कि राशंस डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना मील्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना ये बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे बिकॉज एवरीवन वर्किंग ईच एंड एवरी लेवल डिफरेंट लेवल but mainly focus we as a organization around 10 organization we come together in Mumbai and India level which is focus on ration kruti samiti तो जो अंडर प्रिविलेज कम्युनिटीज को राशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होते हो रहा है उसके ऊपर कैसे पॉलिसीज होनी चाहिए क्या चैलेंजेस आ रहे हैं और व्हाट इज द बेसिक अच्छे पॉलिसीज हम लोग एस्टेब्लिश करेंगे तो उसकी लाइजनिंग और हाउ वी कैन डिलीवर टू द कम्युनिटी
May I request others to please mute their microphone so that the speaker can present properly?
सो दिस इज द मेन एजेंडा कि लोगों को ठीक ठाक उनके जो राशंस है उनकी जो राइट्स है और जो उनको मिलना चाहिए एज पर गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अनाउंसमेंट सो उसके ऊपर हमारी एक अलग से टीम जो है वो काम कर रही है अच्छी तरीके से सो जस्ट फॉर ओवरव्यू एंड नाउ आई एम टर्निंग टू द प्लम्बिंग ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम सो अब सभी को आई होप सभी को स्लाइड्स दिख रही है सो वी स्टार्टेड 2017 and 2 months is the residential training. We focus on 80% practical and 20% theory. So the eligibility criteria, as we said before, 8th standard, 10th standard, जो pass out है, dropouts है, youths. This kind of youths we focus, and basically age criteria is the 18 to 30 age group. And as training model will be as per sector skill council, just like वरुण सर ने भी आपको ब्रीफिंग किया हुआ है कि व्हाट इज द एनएस नेशनल सेवा स्कूल्स क्यूपी क्वालिफिकेशन पैक्स रिलेटेडली इन्फॉर्म्ड लाइक ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल इंस्टॉलेशंस क्या होता है ट्रेनिंग्स कोऑर्डिनेशंस environment health and safety these 4 topics we are focusing as per NSDC and government's and IPSC guidelines we authorized training partner of IPSC and NSDC our recently present in Panvel in Maharashtra and Ahmednagar Maharashtra, Raipur and Sonpur in Odisha and new upcoming center in between Vizag city which after lockdown we can work out on that. So till date we trained in this industry 828 underprivileged youth in plumbing industry, plumbing sectors. So that is the one basic scenario of the plumbing program, which is I'm sharing with you. Yeah. Any doubts? Any किसी को कुछ पूछना है तो otherwise we can continue further slide. Chintan sir.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Pradhamji, this is Srinivas Raju from Lixil, Vijayawada.
Yes.
You just now you shared that you are going to start one Pradham lab in Vizag. Did you start it or
We are going to start. We planned already, but because of
Okay.
lockdown, everyone hang on. So once lockdown finished, we'll get it. So we'll let you know in definitely Tech Savvy group. We will share that details.
Okay, sure. Because alternatively, what as a from Lixil company, we are also discussing with the Andhra government, and we are also planning to set up some similar laboratory in one of the colleges, engineering colleges.
Yes.
So
Correct.
if both can put together and we can keep one central place, that would be right. Okay. Anyhow, I'll
Yeah, we will work.
otherwise I'll speak to
We'll talk in offline.
Deepak ji
Definitely.
offline. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
So
Hello, I am having one question.
yeah, Mr. Yogesh. Hello.
Myself, AP Mohanty from Odisha.
Yeah. Please, sir.
Actually, my question is you have mentioned in this slide that you have already one training center at Sonpur, Odisha. Where it is?
Yes.
It is district of Balangir.
No, Sonpur district only.
Sonpur, can you give me the telephone number of that so that I can contact?
Sure, sir, sure. Because Sonpur district in government building only we are doing with the Odisha Skill Development Sector Department.
Already when you have started this center?
Yes, we are already first batch all recently finished before lockdown, COVID, and now we can start after this.
And the duration of training is 2 months, as you have told.
Yes, sir. 2 months residential training.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So we'll start to next slide. It's a process I like to intro how we can हम कैसे काम करते हैं, how what is our actions from our end. Like mobilization is the basic. जैसे like चिंतन सर ने भी अभी recently कहा था, Mr. चिंतन sir also told कि mobilization is a very important and key area of every program. So we reach around each and every villages through these mobilization activities, each and every mandals, each and every local authorities, and we do the mobilization with the families, friends, and different way of different NGO, so which is those are working in they are different agenda, but we are approaching to them for skilling sustainability for their families and everything. So that way we are working. And first there will be mobilization. Second, we screen them to the this category of students like 8th standard, 10th standard category. So basic we are taken sir just pre-post training, pre-test like that mathematics, what is the understand of numerical and everything. So that level once completed, so we train give the training module will be started. After that placement. So placement we focus like Mr. Rayan said that maintenance and construction. These two categories are there major, which is we can do the placement easily. Not easily, but there another difficulties level is there. But movement is going on like in maintenance department and construction department. This is the two department we try to place, and like we in maintenance we are facing like water purifier technicians, hotel industries, like companies, like authorized service providers. These different categories we are focused for the placement in maintenance and construction. Definitely we are communicated with the contractors and builders and consultant also, so they can recommend to us for the placement. And once post placement placement completed with the job offer, and we are focusing that candidate should get offer letter from the employer. Employer need to make sure that accommodation need to be provided to the candidates. Employer need to be taking care of the accommodation and their proper job responsibility, because we try to explain that each and every employer, see, we are providing training, not ready to job candidates. Like we are providing 80% practical and 20% theory. This kind of training we are providing 2 months residential time. So we request to employer first 3 months kindly give them light jobs. They give them more awareness about the industry and their work profile, so they can retain the particular job profile. So that is the main agenda from our end, and we establish our placement coordinator in between employer and employee, because both sides need to be understand what is the difficulties and what is the challenges, so student can be retained and maybe win-win situation both sides. Okay? We can manage our level. This kind of working we have, this kind of engagement process of the training, placement and post placement we are focusing. basically. And training module we can say, I like little, मैं थोड़ा पीछे जाना चाहूँगा. Like training module में हम लोग ने देखा है कि हम morning से लेके 9 o'clock को हमारा session start होता है तो up to 6 o'clock, and after 6 to this is the residential training module, so 1 hour rest time, again 7 to 9 this is the self study. And we are focusing mainly digital also. Tab activities also moving there. In classroom, after practical, you can go through the website and you can go through the different apps. We can go through the different images and companies' websites. So you can understand the which kind of products are there, which companies in player in industry like in faucet and health faucet and sanitary ware like Hindware, Jaguar, Roca, Parryware, this kind of companies, and pipes related, which is the company, best companies are moving ahead, like Astral, Hindware, again Prince Pipe, and different various companies are there. So this kind of we are awareness we are creating. And I like to inform you, अभी हमने वरुण सर के सेशंस पे सुना कि डिजिटल कंटेंट और ये सारी चीजें we are already started for that. We develop 25 topics, which is each and every topics we have taken the videos. Now our scripting also done. Now over voiceover working, voiceover activities also moving ahead. So once that job completed, we'll upload to the everyone. For everyone, we can upload to the YouTube, and everyone can get the opportunity. So like that, digital content we are focusing as a Pratham. So not only for plumbing, we are different many verticals. So all verticals we are focusing digital content. So our trainer can be only facilitated how to go further, how to take the actions, and what is the like. For example, one topic we can go the how to replace the washer. So that is a whole process of the remove the tap cap and coupling spindle, and then you can replace the washer. This activity we are showing to the all digital through the content. It's a different 25-30 topics we established. Our video work also done, and scripting also done, and voiceover is moving ahead like that. So this way we are working in occasionals, in especially Pratham plumbing training program. So shall I go further, or anybody wants to ask something? Or
yeah, Mr. Kadam, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So this is the next slide. Definitely, COVID is going on a major topic, each and every word, and each and every person. Like so, in that time, we have what we focus, because lockdown announced and ongoing students also at center. So that is a major task for us. So when we release to the students, we take the acknowledgement, concern letter, and once you reach at home, please confirm to us. We kindly, can you have a word with your family members accordingly, your confirmation. So this kind of movement we done initial stage, and after that, we already established how many students are having Android phone, how many students are having real phone, that small one, like our Nokia. So that kind of survey we already done. So we so more easy to us to access to the students and inform to them. Like we are starting video calling, and we are starting the Zoom calls for the ongoing students. We focus now. We can provide to ongoing students whatever left their theory part. We can teach them through video. Like you can see in the wash machine installation and this process we already this kind of activity we are doing. So these images in different ways students are communicating like that. So one of the ongoing students category we are focusing, and after that alumni category also very important, because we are responsible finally when we are placed to the students at particular agency or employer place. So we focused where they are right now, what is their difficulties, have they reached at their home safely, or otherwise they are stuck up in their workplace also only. So that time we are taking care of, and in between we are engaging their upskilling. What is the new things? Share your knowledge. How you worked before lockdown? What is your experience? Share good experience for everyone. So this kind of round we are doing, and for थोड़ा सा review regarding when you are in training center, that time you understand what is our training method and technologies and number of tools and everything. So that is our regular practice we are doing till date. We are focusing on alumni and working students, closely monitoring whichever they are. जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हमारे कम्युनिकेशन में आ रहे हैं उनको हम लोग ये अपॉर्चुनिटी अवेलेबल करके दे रहे हैं. और इसके अलावा जो रियल फोन में है ओनली दे कैन टॉक ऑन फोन, सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू कॉन कॉल ऑल्सो, कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉन कॉल. So that is one of the offline, not video but audio we are focusing, and we try to understand their family situation in this COVID scenario. So definitely like fooding related, medical support or anything like that. We found in this scenario, some students are working for their villages. So like our one David Kumar is there, is the Raipur Center student. He done the around 1.5 meter, half kilometer pipeline for their animals shed. So wash taps and everything. I'll show you after this slide. So that is also good experience we are getting, because some students have went at home and now they have started farming also. So in between farming related, whatever plumbing they required, so they are also working, and that is the energy in another level we are getting for the next 5 years or 10 years in this industry from our students only. That's it. So I'll go for next slide. Before next slide, I have one appeal or one concept in mind. See, can we? Yeah, can you? Everyone can see the slide. Yeah, Chintan sir.
You can see this? It's quite clear. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So it's a basic concept on wheel plumbing lab. Every time I'm keeping in mind how we can work out on this, because I believe students, those students are those youth are required this kind of training. They can come at residential training center, but those youth families, only one person are earning member, and he cannot join this training center. It's the residential training center. Am I right? So that's why I'll keep in mind the on-wheel plumbing lab can be do the upskilling of the youth, and for particular like one village or 5 village, one gram panchayat, common like we can say the Krushi panchayat रहती है ना, like 5 villages का एक common area होता है, 10 villages का, like that. उस pockets में हम लोग we can do the survey, and those who are needy or though they want to learn basic plumbing, or they can understand at least they can understand चेम्बर में हाथ डालना, इट्स नॉट वन ऑफ दिस एक्टिविटी प्लम्बिंग, पर उसके अलावा फॉसेट्स है, अलग अलग पाइप्स है, अलग अलग पाइप के फिटिंग्स है, ये सारी कैटेगरीज कैसे हम लोग उनको अवेयर करें, जबकि उनको थोड़ी जानकारी हो, दे आर इंटरेस्ट गेनिंग हो. शायद हम उनका कुछ प्लम्बर्स ऑलरेडी विलेजेस में होंगे, तो उनकी भी स्किल कैसे हम लोग अपस्किलिंग कर सकते हैं इस एक्टिविटी के द्वारा. तो ये कंटिन्यूस दिमाग में आ रहा है कि ऑन व्हील lab ho to how we can go further. So that's why I'll written the one line. Pratham appeals you to support the innovation of novel cause. Like this van will be contain some important faucet features, tools, and fittings related to the plumbing industry, which youths can be personally touch and feel the products and gain the some kind of close feel regarding the industry, and also will gain some interest to enroll in our plumbing skill Sigma. So this is the way one approach. I'm getting the best opportunity through Tech Savvy to present Pratham Education Foundation and Pratham Training Program. That's why. So I'll go next slide. Just before 2 slides, I told you so many students are working in their different way in lockdown period. So our one of the student is the Akash, is the first one is the Akash. He established the pedestal. Hello. Yeah, I'm audible. Yeah, okay. So Akash, ये जो student है हमारा alumni है, वो now he is working in Airoli. Weekly basis with they work. Every alternate week they are staying at their companies and like that. So he established this pedestal hands-free sanitizer setup. So now हम सभी लोग देख रहे हैं कि सारे वीडियोस में अलग अलग जगह पे दिख रहा है, पर he established for their companies only. So that is I feel कि that's a good opportunity to explore to everyone. So this way, and second video I'll show you that Mr. Chaitanya, he's from Alibag, and he done the 4 portable wash machine 4-way. और लाइक आप सभी को पता है कि एक गांव में एंट्री करनी है तो हमें एक कमान होती है, वो कमान के एंट्री पॉइंट में ही इस तरीके की एक्टिविटी के लिए उन्होंने ये सेटअप लगाया हुआ है। और ये चिंतन ने एस्टैब्लिश, अपना चैतन्य जो है अपना अलुमनाई का अलीबाग रायगढ़ से है, उसने उसके गांव के लिए ये बनाया। सो ये एक अलग पहचान हम अलग अलग तरीके से देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है। सो वी बिकॉज ये स्टूडेंट जब हमारे पास एज अ प्लम्बिंग में ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल के लिए सीखने के लिए आए, तभी उनका कुछ ऐसा एज सच कुछ बैकग्राउंड नहीं था, पर इसी इंडस्ट्री से वो जुड़े हुए हैं और आगे काम कर रहे हैं। डेविड कुमार जो है थर्ड वन, आपको आवाज सुनाई दी होगी तो शायद, अदरवाइज मैं उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ कर लेता हूं आपको। डेविड ये रायपुर से स्टूडेंट है हमारा, और इसको हमने प्लेसमेंट दी थी पर इसने रिफ्यूज किया, और उसने सेल्फ प्लेसमेंट मतलब उसने खुद का एक बिजनेस शुरू किया एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप लेवल पे। और अभी ये लॉकडाउन के समय उन्होंने पूरे पाइपलाइन एक करीबन गांव के जो एक सेंटर पॉइंट है जहाँ पे ग्राम पंचायत को मदद होगी, उस तरीके का पूरा 1.5 किलोमीटर की लाइन उन्होंने इस्टेब्लिश की, और वहाँ के डिफरेंट वे से टैप्स वगैरह इस्टेब्लिश की। दिस इज द एक बेसिक इनिशिएटिव ड्यूरिंग द कोविड। So I really feel proud this kind of alumni we have, and they are working better for society. So I just like Chintan, Varun sir also told explore their skill competitions, and Mr. Rayan also told, because everyone are skill competitions, people are not aware about the skill competitions is different categories are happening, but we got this opportunity, we more awareness from the Chintan Daya and then Varun sir also, and we try our level best. We start to competition.
Shivaji sir, we just have 5 more minutes left. If you could get done.
Yeah. Yes. Last 2 slides is there, so we can work out. So this is the I like to explore. 2018 we started, and he is the national level. He reached the skill competition. Rahul, he is the batch number 5, which is we trained from our end. And फर्क दिख रहा है, which is recommended from the IPSC to our centers. Mr. Deepraj Rana also went there for the videos, and आपकी बात फर्क दिख रहा है। ये आपकी बात जो नेशनल टेलीविजन चैनल है दूरदर्शन का, उसमें उन्होंने प्ले करते हैं। सो दिस इज द वन, एंड दिस इज द लास्ट स्लाइड। थैंक यू एवरीवन। तो ओपन फोरम, किसी को कुछ सवाल होंगे तो वी कैन टॉक ऑन दैट, अदरवाइज वी कैन क्लोज दिस। या
Thank you so much, Mr. Shivaji. It was indeed a very wonderful presentation. It's a wonderful thing that Pratham is doing and your alumni is doing. And I have also personally been to your center and seen some of the great works that you guys are carrying on with. And yeah, I now leave this session open to any questions and interactions that are there. And the very first question I have is right here from my dad, Mr. Deepak Daya.
First of all, I don't have a question. I have some suggestions to make.
Yeah.
Like when we do plumbing, and some of the institutes in India are doing civil engineering with specialization in plumbing, but they don't write plumbing. They write plumbing health, public health engineering. So the name plumbing, if I have to tell my story, when I got married, people were asking my in-laws, "Damad kya kar raha hai?" Plumber. and my in-law had to tell them, no, he's not a plumber, he's a licensed plumber. So that plumber's name, I think somewhere, if you guys feel, usko public health technician we should make. 1. 2, Mr. Amar Prabhu's suggestion and what he pointed out was absolutely right, that the trainers, every trainer of every institute speaks different plumbing. So Varun, I think we should take this point and start the train the trainer program first. Because if every trainer, like if I go to Raipur of Pratham, not pointing out a particular case, but there the trainer have different approach. If I go to some other, there the approach is different. And at places I have seen the labs which are, made in a very foolish way, very honestly speaking. So before that, and we people and myself, Chintal, are always ready to, help you guys with no commercial interest. Okay. Now, Varun, third thing which I would like to tell you is Pratham has prepared a lot of plumbers. Now, like what we are doing right now, webinar, Pratham and some institutes should take initiative to have webinar in local languages to, refresh their knowledge. After some time, people tend to forget. If I'm doing only piping work, I may forget bathroom plumbing. I may forget SWR pipe. I may forget what is the slope to be given in the underground drainage, right? And last but very important thing, IPSC, I don't see any dent of IPSC in Gujarat. In fact, Khush is participating in this, and for him, I'll speak in Hindi. वो गुजरात के लोगों को मराठी आती नहीं है. I talked to Mr. Shivaji. He was kind enough to give admission to him in Raipur. Now imagine a boy of 18 years traveling from Gujarat, Ankleshwar to Raipur, and then coming back and finding out the placement. So that is important. Some states are still to be, looked after.
But sir, I'll give you a question, sir, Deepak sir. मुझे add करना है इसमें. Placement related we already offered, but he wants to in Gujarat, but we cannot help because we have 2-3 hotels in Gujarat, just we have good some experience like lower category Gujarat people. Not I am Gujarat people saying sorry. I am really sorry in this word you are using. But in Gujarat we focus 2-3 hotels and we placed also some students from the Mumbai.
I'll talk.
So this is I want to add something. Yeah, that's it.
So
nothing.
These are the few points which I wanted to point out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very, very valid points, and thank you for highlighting the same as well. As always, Deepak sir, बिल्कुल आप जो problem and उसकी problem statement में आपका solution भी होता है, which is the best part when you start speaking.
We are the solution providers. We are not the problem creators.
No, that's what I'm saying, sir. Problem क्या है और उसका solution क्या है वो एक ही statement में आप दे देते हैं, which is the best part.
Thank you.
TOT का जैसे, and I'll just sort of go through each and every point in that, sir. You're very right in saying that the aspirational value will get created if there is a better name to the actual jargon or the job role. We are in the process of reviewing all our qualification packs. ये government के साथ हम लोगों को आता है. Primarily, IPSC is the bridge between the industry and the government. Industry को क्या चाहिए, government को हमको बताना है. So we are in the process of reviewing those QPs. एक बार आपके साथ, and I'll share it on the group as well for validation from all the group members. Whoever is keen to provide in their details कि उसका क्या होना चाहिए with a new name. It would be highly appreciated if we can get that. We do conduct
I have one suggestion. Can we change this name plumber as a water technician? Can we do that?
We are in the process of doing that, sir. We are in talks with Jal Jeevan Mission.
Water work. Plumber is not doing only work of water. He does drainage, he does sanitation, he does a lot of
everything is there. You have to conclude something that because as you said, sir, rightly said that there is a plumber. There is a name. With this name itself, his value is decreasing somewhere. That is a scenario in the society.
Absolutely,
my suggestion is public health technicians. Public health technicians.
Public health technicians. Yes. So I think we are in the process of doing that, and if I can just have people just put in their specific names, ki plumber ke liye kya ho, we are in the process. So we will also internally deliberate and come up with a better name, obviously to create aspirational value in this regard. Second point, sir, with regards to the capacity building and training of trainers program, IPSC does conduct training of trainers program, which is conducted north, south, east, west. Having said that, there is no standardized training methodology as of now. Each training partner, like Shivaji, is doing an excellent job with the way they're training people. Some of them are very good, some of them are not very good. So with the digital plumbing hub, our intention was to actually standardize that entire platform as well and have all the training providers on that single platform, जिसमें इंडस्ट्री भी देख के वैलिडेट कर पाए, बोल पाए कि हाँ ये जो पढ़ाया जा रहा है ये ठीक है, और उसी पे फिर आगे पढ़ाई हो पाए. So the idea is to create one single standard across for not just the guideline purpose but for teaching purpose as well.
Okay. Now,
with respect,
one more question again. One more question again. Varun, one more question again.
बिल्कुल sir.
Varun, RPL is also getting, I don't want to say diluted, but very slow. Mumbai, we have top numbers reading for RPL, but that is not happening. Please do something to push it.
Yes, sir, definitely. So with our presence of training partners and partners in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, we do not have a lot of capacity as of now. If somebody would be keen to have any affiliates come up and become our training partners, we'll be more than happy to see how we can get them on board. Maharashtra may be thode kam hai. One of the main things that we will be doing after this is obviously with the digital mediums. IPSC runs two kinds of programs. One is obviously the fresh skilling and the other one is the RPL, which is recognition of prior learning, जो existing workforce के लिए होता है. तो existing workforce को हम लोग digital medium से कैसे थोड़ा upgrade कर दें, and then we do online assessments. We are working on a way which will hopefully get we'll have some resolutions on that in the next month and a half.
I can assure you full support from BMLPA.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That will be wonderful.
Deepak bhai.
Varun sir, can you share your email ID and all? We are interested to become a partner with IFC.
I'll share the details, sir. I'll share the PPT with Chintan, sir. He'll put it on the group as well, and I'll share my personal details on the phone as well. So anybody that is keen will be more than happy to connect separately as well.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
और किसी को कुछ
Yeah, do we
सवाल?
have further any questions?
I have one suggestion. Deepak bhai, if you can come on the screen.
Harish bhai, you're not very audible. Can you speak a little loudly, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Better now.
Yeah. Better? Okay. I remember almost for 20 years back, 15, 18 years back.
Still not very clear. Harish bhai, not clear yet. I think your Bluetooth headset is probably creating some issues.
Okay. Not clear yet? Is it clear?
Try stopping your video. You please stop your video.
Yeah, Harish, maybe you can stop your video and speak. Maybe that might help.
Okay. Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better. This the training and all this has been exercised by the IPSC and Mr. Shivaji. It brings me back almost 15, 18 years back when we were incepting a product called CPVC. We did go into every area and did the plumber training. Today, what challenges most is that the existing plumber, are they getting trained or can they get trained? Point number two, we see a lot of women participation where they are doing housework. Is there a possibility to enroll them, especially when they are working
from home, they have a part-time job, maybe that is an extra money for them. That is my two questions.
या सर, मैं उसमें एक सवाल जवाब देना चाहूँगा हरीश जी का। जैसे अभी उन्होंने कहा कि वुमेन्स इन प्लम्बिंग, तो हमने ऑलमोस्ट एक करीबन 20 लड़कियों को अभी तक तो ट्रेनिंग दी हुई है। और नाउ व्हाट इज आवर नेक्स्ट प्लान? वी हैव अनदर वर्टिकल फॉर डोमेस्टिक वर्कर्स. They are all females are working there, domestic workers. So we planning to start for them a small compact training module for their knowledge, how to replace the tap and how to replace the spindle and washer, and how water of uses. Water of uses is a very important, say water related. So this kind of training we are starting for our domestic workers wing. So almost more than 1,000 workers are registered with us. So we are moving ahead that thoughts on that thoughts. Yeah.
Harish ji, I'll also add to what you've said. Yes, existing plumbers training is a very essential thing. Upgrading them to the latest technologies and products that are coming in. So IPSC does a lot of work with the corporates to make sure that at least the existing plumbers, during the recognition of prior learning programs, which is RPL, which primarily is the training and certification of existing workforce, we do ensure that there's some industry partner that gets involved to be able to provide training on the latest products and technologies that are available. With respect to the women participating, some of our training partners in Odisha, we work extensively with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs as well, under the National Urban Livelihood Mission. With them, Odisha have actually been trained under the Jal Jeevan Mission as Jal Sathi as well, where they have been provided very basic education, like Shivaji said. कुछ 2-3 चीजें सिखा दी जो अपनी community में females जो हैं, when the husbands are not at work, at least they can go and fix up some basic, do some minor repair work, and at least earn some out of that as well. Other than that, water जो हर घर नल योजना है, उसके तहत there's going to be a lot of work required to coordinate in every household whether the tap's working or not, whether the bills are being paid or not. So a lot of emerging jobs would be there for females, specific to not to plumbing but to the allied sectors around plumbing as well. So we've actually started work on that with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs as well. And if there's any inputs from the group members on how we can actually formalize it, we'll be willing to put it to discussions. And then our job is primarily what will work, a good model we present it to the government and try and implement.
हेलो, या मुझे कंटिन्यू करना है। 2 टॉपिक है। हम भी मतलब एज एन जैसे हम लोग आईपीएससी से जुड़े हुए हैं, आईपीएससी से जुड़े हुए हैं, अलग अलग विंग से जुड़े हुए हैं, और हम एरिएटर जो प्रोडक्ट है, जो वाटर सेवर एरिएटर की बात कर रहे हैं, उसको हम हमारी तरफ से तो एज अ प्लम्बिंग ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम की तरफ से तो हम हर मोमेंट में एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं कि इस तरीके का प्रोडक्ट भी है मार्केट में जो आपके टैप में लग सकता है। तो एक वाटर सेवर एरिएटर की बात कर रहे थे हम लोग, और उसके अलावा हम ब्रांड को किसी को प्रमोट नहीं कर रहे हैं, पर कोशिश है कि जैसे सर ने कहा कि हर घर हर नल की योजना, हर घर में नल, इस तरीके की योजना। तो यहाँ पे मैं और थोड़ा उल्टा बोल रहा हूँ कि सिटी बेस हर घर एरिएटर हो जाए, जहाँ पे हर घर के वॉश बेसिन में और किचन सिंक में एरिएटर लगे। तो एक बड़ा मूवमेंट हो सकता है सिटी बेस लेवल पे, एक है अर्बन लेवल पे। और दूसरा एक था सर, हम सभी लोग बोल रहे कि प्लम्बर ये शब्द को लेके कितना अवेयरनेस है, पर क्यों ना हम एज अ मतलब वरुण सर भी साथ में है और आईपीएससी करके, तो हम क्यों ना हम एक सारे अभी जो यहाँ पे सारे जो प्रेस्टिजियस लोग ज्वाइन हुए हैं, तो हम सभी मिलके एक सोसाइटल मूवमेंट कन्वर्ट करें, जहाँ पे एक पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड की नहीं तो सिर्फ प्लम्बर बोलना है तो रेस्पेक्ट भी है, अदरवाइज पब्लिक हेल्थ टेक्नीशियन जो बोलना है तो वो, तो मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मोर अवेयरनेस टू द डिफरेंट वे इन सोसाइटी फॉर सोसाइटी। सो ये करना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि आज भी प्लम्बर को पर प्लम्बर जो बोलता है वही करना पड़ता है। और प्लम्बर को भले उन्होंने कम लिखा हो और कम समझा हो, पर वो आएगा तो उसको वो जो रेट है उसका वो देना पड़ता है और वो काम करके निकल जाता है। पर एक सॉरी हेलो
बिगाड़ के जाएगा तो भी कभी कभी चलाना पड़ता है।
तो ये सब है, पर हम अच्छे प्लम्बर्स को क्यों ना एक रिस्पेक्ट इमेज और डेवलप करें, हम सारे लोग मिलके जो अभी इस ग्रुप में जुड़े हुए हैं, और एक सोसाइटल मिशन। मैं बीच में कोशिश कर रहा था कि क्यों ना रेडियो जॉकी को अप्रोच करें कि 1 मंथ ड्राइव फॉर प्लम्बर्स। तो प्लम्बर्स क्या क्या करते हैं, कैसे कैसे प्रिकॉशंस लेनी चाहिए, हमें क्या रिस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए, तो ये इस तरह के कुछ हम लोग एनवायरनमेंट रेडी करते हैं तो और ज्यादा लोगों में जागरूकता आएगी, और ये प्लम्बर ये शब्द को भी एक अलग से वेटेज क्रिएट होगा, ऐसा मुझे फील होता है। या
Right. So I believe you had a very productive session today. Very nice ideas which have come up today. I'm taking the liberty to now shut this off because I know everybody's got a lot of time in the lockdown, but सबको जाके अपने अपने household काम भी फिर से करने होंगे, I'm sure. So, but to sum it up, I'd like to thank some really brilliant people who have joined us today. We have some principals, some academicians, Mr. Amar Prabhu from Don Bosco, Mr. Shaji from Somaya, one of my very good friends, Mohit Pal Joshi, the principal from Kalinga Institute, Ryan, who joined us all the way from South Africa and gave us very valuable input. So last but not the least, one of my favorite students who participated in World Skills and represented India has also joined us today. So Himanshu Bora was also here with us. And so it has been a wonderful session. Things that we got to take away today is, more importantly, is the fact that we will be renaming the term plumber to something flashy and very glamorous very soon. Though all my life I never felt ashamed to call myself a plumber, but yes, this will be helpful to people who thought that way. Also, the valuable input given by Ryan was also that there are some very good virtual learning platforms, which I will be grabbing it off him and passing it on to the group present here. And the last but not the least, the most important thing which we spoke about is that the females are being trained to become plumbers. But one thing which we really need to understand is the society that we live in has not always been very welcoming to females. And so while we teach them about these skills, we also need to teach them a skill which is known as self-defense in our country, especially.
That's actually a part of what we're doing with the Roka and Via Water Foundation as a CSR activity. It's called Plumbing Ki Pathshala, where we're training close to about 700 women across India.
Wonderful.
Chintan, I had one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
I spoke to Shivaji also that we normally require plumbing services for a project basis.
Sir, voice break हो रहा है. Sir, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Yeah, am I audible? Hello? Yeah, am I audible?
There's some background noise from your side coming in, which is causing a lot of disturbance.
Now?
Yeah.
So what Pratham is having is they have residential, the employer has to give residential facility for the plumbers. So
Mr. Mohanty, there is some noise again from your side. What I can request is
there are mics on. There are other people. Yeah, there are other people who have kept their mics on, which is creating problem, I think so, because my side it's all clear.
Can I request all the others to please mute their mics kindly?
Chintan, I think there is Ambika Prasad. I think that needs to be shut off. Now it's okay.
Yeah, Mr. Mohanty, there's some problem with your mic, it seems. What I can do is, I can request you to get in touch with me, send me an email or send me a WhatsApp, and I'll pass on your message to the relevant people. If you have a question from Mr. Shivaji or Mr. Varun Tandon or Ryan, I'll send it across to them.
No problem. No problem. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
So I guess this is the end of our session
Thank you.
today.
Thank you, Chintan.
Thank each one of you for being present here and contributing to this wonderful session. Thank you, everybody, and stay home, stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Varun. Thank you, Chintan. It was a great
Thank
session.
you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
बोल दो ना भी दरवाजा।
हाँ, हाँ।
Thank you.